A national assessment of adult literacy shows that something like 14% of adults basically are illiterate or can't read, or at least partially illiterate. Do you all see that as something that's likely to increase as Deborah's work sort of shows some of that is certainly changing towards writing and less reading? And I'm wondering how you all feel about that and what we need to do, and or should we be terribly concerned?
I'll say, I think we know enough of what should be happening. We should look at some of these places where the kids are successful. It makes me think of like the Benchmark School in Philadelphia. These were all kids who couldn't read, struggling readers. They went to the school. They used best practices. They very metacognitive. These kids talk and think about why they're learning strategies and what they're learning and why it's important to their life and how they're going to use it for the rest of their life. So they're really learning how to be thinkers, and this metacognitive conversations they're having is wonderful. So, and they relate and integrate all these literacy skills that we've been talking about, and they really look at the global rural society and do it in a very authentic learning type situation. Well, they have those kids who go to that school have a 98% graduation rate from high school, and of that 98%, they go to college. 100% are graduating from college. So I think if we really look around us and we all take advantage of the professional development and things we can be doing and integrating that meaningful technology, I see the future as very promising, as long as we kind of overcome the cultural divide of some schools having more resources than others and all those kind of things. So that's a big issue. But I see a lot of hope for us if we follow these practices.
I really like what Elaine has said, and I think it's always important to remember that illiteracy is constructed, it's created by society, it's an outcome of lots of different forces. And that the standards for literacy achievement keep rising. I mean, if 100 years ago, everybody now alive here now probably would have been considered, really literate. You know how it is? It's the standards and the expectations keep going up, and the game of keep away keeps getting played. And so I think it's a matter of willpower, commitment, and certainly better assessments, because I think assessments are wildly underestimating the skills and potentials of young people.
All right. Anybody else want to comment on that question before we start wrapping up?
Well, I would say in the April-May 2013 Reading Today, there's a nice article here, Literacy in the Manufacturing Sector, Why 600,000 Jobs Go Begging. But one of the statistics that they put here that I think is relevant to your question is that approximately 50% of the nation's unemployed youth ages 16 through 21 are functionally illiterate, with virtually no prospects of obtaining good jobs. So that idea of being functionally illiterate, 50% of those